It's usually hello, and as most people may or may not know, I've got a podcast called It's Usually Hello on the Creative Control Network. Now, I'm not the only one that has a podcast there. There's also a show on there that a lot of people like called Wrestling with Reality. And on their most recent episode, they had the great Vince Russo on. And now, obviously, I'm not going to post the whole thing for them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a clip of their podcast here. And down below, I'm going to link to their YouTube channel, so you can go there and subscribe to them. I'm also going to put a link down here to their iTunes page, so you can hear the whole interview if you want to. And don't forget to give them a 5-star rating. I'm also going to leave them a link to their social media, so you can get in touch with them and tell them what you think about this episode. So don't forget, check out the Creative Control Network, which will also be linked down below. And give a thumbs up, give a comment, subscribe to them, and give a shout out to Vince Russo. You know what? I'm going to plug Vince Russo's Twitter down here too. So go tell Vince Russo you heard him on the Hughezy Entertainment channel, and you also heard him on the It's Usually Hello podcast last year, and that you've also heard him on Wrestling with Reality, which you can go check out and enjoy this clip of Vince Russo telling the story of Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff blocking Bret Hart from joining TNA. It's usually bye-bye.
But Bischoff loves telling this story, bro. And this is really bro, where I was done with Bischoff. And I've told this story. This is where, bro, I saw the guy's true colors. And it's like, this is beyond repairable now. Okay. Bro, I wanted to bring Bret Hart into TNA. This is really before he was really doing anything with the WWE again. Jeremy Barash was really good friends with Bret. Mm-hmm. So we had a pipeline to Bret. Okay. So Jeremy set up a phone call with me and Bret. Okay. And it was a long phone call, and Bret was hip to the idea. Okay. So, bro, now, okay, Bret wants to do it. I had to pitch Eric. Okay, Eric, listen, we want to bring Bret in as a figurehead. Bro, Bret put it over. Eric put it over like it was the greatest idea since sliced bread. Yeah, that'll be great. Remember, this is when Bret was not doing stuff for a while, so he would have been fresh again. And oh shoot, Bret on TNA. So Eric put it over, loved it. This, that, and the other thing. Dixie, 100% aboard. She's ready to start negotiating. You know, Bret's coming to TNA. Okay, bro. Now, all of a sudden, Bischoff tells Hogan. Okay, now, Dixie Carter gave Hogan creative control. Okay, so Hogan played his creative control card. Bret Hart is not coming in this company. If Bret Hart comes to this company, I'm out. I am not working. And he vetoed it.
Wow.
Vetoed it. Now, bro, again, I've told this story before, but look at the logic in this story. Everything I say is logical. If you really think about what I say, you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. So now all of a sudden, Eric tells Dixie, well, maybe Bret isn't such a good idea. Starts burying Bret. Okay, now here's why Eric's doing this. He knows Dixie wants Bret in TNA. He knows Hogan's playing his creative control card. He doesn't want Dixie to have heat with Hogan. You see what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, when Eric was all on board, now he's personally burying Bret. He was a headache to work with. He doesn't have the star power he once had. Now I'm sitting there and I'm saying, bro, be honest. Eric, cut the shit. First of all, I like Bret and I hold Bret in a very high esteem. You're not going to rip this guy down in front of me. You're not going to tear Bret Hart down without him here defending himself. So, bro, be honest. Just say freaking Hogan is playing the creative control card. He doesn't want Bret here. Just say it. That's simple. Just say, be honest with Dixie. Just say, he wouldn't do that, bro. And he kept burying Bret. So, bro, now it turned into this whole thing where it was like World War III now, because the more he buried Bret and wouldn't be honest, the more pissed off I was getting. So now, bro, Dixie calls this meeting at TNA. It's a big meeting, bro, to straighten things out between me and Eric. So I'm there. Eric is there. Dixie's there. Dixie's lawyer is there. Bro, there may have been some other people. Matt Conway may have been in there. I don't know. But I know for sure Eric, me, Dixie, her lawyer. Okay? So now, bro, we're getting things out in the open, and I'm saying exactly what I'm telling you guys. Eric was 100% open with this idea. Okay, bro, he loved it. He was on board. Hulk played the creative control card, said he didn't want Bret. Okay, bro, just say that. But I'm not going to let you bury Bret Hart for that reason. Okay, so like I'm telling the truth. Well, bro, this is typical Eric now, and this is where I said, as a New Yorker, holy shit, I can't believe what I'm seeing before my eyes. Now Eric knows, bro, he's totally backed into a corner. Okay? So all of a sudden, bro, Eric starts telling Dixie all these things I told about him, referring to her in confidence.
Scumbag.
So like what he's trying to do, bro, is totally now, because bro, you got to understand now, he knows Dixie. He knows how easy Dixie is to work. And he knows if I tell Dixie, oh, Vince was talking shit about you, she's going to forget about all this others. He knows this. Like I'm sitting there and I'm watching a master at work. Okay. So now, bro, he starts telling Dixie everything I told him about her in confidence. But bro, all these things were professional and business, and it's difficult for Dixie to make a decision, and things like that. I wanted Eric to understand the dynamic, because him and Hogan thought they were going to come in, turn the world upside down, and I was trying to tell him, bro, with Dixie Carter in charge, you're not going to be able to do that. And these are the reasons why. This is how Dixie is. So like, bro, luckily everything I had told him about Dixie, I either had the conversation with her before, or I would have had no problem saying to her face. So now, bro, now he starts telling Dixie all the things I told him about her in confidence. Okay? Knowing I got to derail this thing. Okay? Bro, I swear to God, Dixie is sitting at the head of the table. Eric's now doing this. Now she turns her chair directly towards me. And bro, I looked at him and I could see the look on his face, right? And bro, I sat there and this was Dixie. Vince, did you say that? I said, yeah, Dixie, I said that. You and I have discussed that many times. That's what I told. And basically, I said to Dixie, yeah, Dixie, I said all those things. But they're conversations you have. That's how I feel on a professional level, yada, yada, yada. Okay, bro? So the meeting turned into me and Dixie one-on-one. That's what the meeting turned into. So, bro, like I was at that point, I'm like, bro, F you. Like, F you really just showed me what kind of I will never trust you again. I will never tell you anything confident. I mean, it's over. Okay, bro, since this meeting was so limited, okay, bro, and like I said, maybe Conway was in that meeting, maybe not, but since there was so few in this people in this meeting, somehow or another in his brain, Eric derived the story that he made me cry in that meeting. And he got me to the point of saying, oh, Eric, I'm sorry, Eric, I'm sorry. Now, bro, think about the logic of that. Like, what could you possibly have made me cry about? Bro, was I crying because I was afraid I was going to lose my job? Bro, I quit like a month later. Like I literally said, enough of this bullshit. I quit. So like when you think about it logically, it's like Eric, what you made me cry over what? And I was saying, I'm sorry, Eric, because of what? Because you really weren't covering for Hogan? Like, it's absurd. But he's saying that because those are the only people that were in that meeting. So the only people that could say Vince Russo didn't cry is freaking Dixie Carter. Bro, I wouldn't know how to get in touch with Dixie now. I would have no idea. So because there was so few, now he comes out with this story. I cried. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry. And what is that, bro? That's Eric the bully. That's Eric flexing his muscles. That's Eric. I made Vince Russo cry. Like, when you look at everything logically, bro, it all comes out. I mean, who's who and why they do the things they are, they all come out. Mm-hmm. So, bro, now when I'm like, Eric, you're talking shit on me on a daily basis. Say it to my face. What's his out? Why should I say it to your face? I did it. I did it in front of your peers and in front of your boss and this and that, and I made you cry. But see, that's what he'll use. So he literally made up a scenario that never happened and is using that scenario to not talk to me to my face. Mm-hmm. But bro, that's what it is when you're big and powerful and I make people cry and everybody's below me. All of a sudden you want to be confronted face to face. You don't want to have anything to do with it. Why don't? And then he'll basically say, well, he's dead to me. I don't talk to the dead. Like, come on, bro, anybody with a brain in their head can literally see through the lines. But to get back to your question, bro, it's never going to stop. Mm-hmm. I just have to learn how to handle it better because, bro, the trigger with me is he's a liar.
Yep.